Hello, Soul Tribe, and people with Chiron in the third house or in Gemini or connected to Mercury, or if you're having a Chiron transit. I already pulled your cards, and I went away. After I pulled them for hours, I went to see the Grace Jones documentary, Blood, Life, and Bear Me, to get some inspiration, and she did. And Grace Jones always energizes me. Watching her art, and she's a great visual artist to me, and a great inspiration to me as a intuitive performer. So yes, I'm going to do your twin flame, masculine, feminine pole integration reading. And the first line we have here is positive transition. Then we have competition and change. And then we have achievement and success. And we have calm, cool, and collected. So the first card in the lineup, which is the lead card in the whole shebang, is make the effort. So I'm seeing that it's in your relationship with your twin flame right now. If you're in a relationship with your twin flame, or in your relationship with yourself, this could be either or. You're having to make the effort to stay optimistic, and to keep your positive thinking and attitude, and you know your affirmations that you deserve love. Um, it's calling you to make the effort to not let your finances and career get in the way of you forgiving and learning. So in a relationship reading, I'm seeing that maybe you guys are struggling to find some type of common ground when it comes to your finances and your career. And that's been like maybe an ongoing issue, or an issue to that keeps you guys apart, or an issue where you don't see eye to eye. So in this line we have finances and career, engagement, true love, and worth waiting for. So the key is to keep your partner engaged and what really matters. You know, the finances and career are going to come in time. Let that run its course. Don't let that be the focus and center of your disdain for your partner or disdain for yourself. Stay engaged with life. Stay present. Um, Look at the things that really matter, which is your love for yourself, your love for life, your love for nature. Try to get out and do the things you love, because at the end it's saying worth waiting for. Whatever you want your end result to be, maybe you're trying to rush to get to the end before you like go through the process. And I like this card, engagement, because it's truly a challenge, especially I'm thinking about my life. This is something that I was thinking about, even driving in rush hour traffic. I had a lot of time to think, and I was sitting there watching a movie. I had a lot of time to contemplate and thinking about like the things I want and just how long they might take. Your relationship, if you're in a relationship for the long haul, you're living your life for the long haul. You're not living your life for certain results, right? So you have to find ways to keep yourself engaged and make the commitment, because engagement is about um, ascending to a higher level of commitment. Like every time you engage something, the same thing over and over again, you're making a ritual that, you're my true love. And if I have to wait for you in order for, because I don't see any marriage cards here or anything like that. I see, give your relationship a chance, reconciliation. Like in the middle here, it's about you guys staying optimistic, staying engaged and reconciling. You deserve love, true love. Give your relationship a chance. You know, the universe is trying to tell you there's good stuff here that's worth, not necessarily, I don't want to say the word fight, but there's things in your relationship that are worth engaging and making the effort for. The relationship is worth giving a chance. It's worth reconciliation. We all know how hard it is to come back to a relationship after maybe you have left it. You know, it's like, do I want to go through this again? There's fear. There's fear, and before you even think of reconciling, you have to have forgiven whatever it is that the person, you feel like the person has done. And a lot of times it's a miscommunication based off of, you know, your perception from what you've been through your whole life or your childhood. You may have perceived that maybe your partner doesn't care. When I see that make the effort card, one of you guys, maybe both of you, have been living in a world where maybe the relationship has been one-sided. Maybe one person's making the effort and the other person is letting it fall away because maybe it's gotten too hard. But, you know, again, these cards don't necessarily have to be about a relationship. I don't see anything here that you can't work out that isn't worth forgiving. Maybe somebody messed up in their their finances. Because after the finance card is forgiving and learning. You know, finances are a really big deal. Keeping up a lifestyle is a really big deal to everyone. I mean, not to everyone, but for the people that means something to. And if you mess up someone's like lifestyle and like what they're going to be doing for the rest of the year, every day, you know, that can really cause bitterness and mistrust. But then there is a learning period where maybe you guys see, okay, fine, you are not in charge of the finances anymore. We will, from now on, discuss our finances together. We will get a counselor. We will do what it takes. But you, my dear, will not be handling the finances. You know, you have to find new ways to reconcile and learn how to forgive. It's interesting, though, that the last card at the end here is separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. And so it seems to me that you tried. You know, you tried to forgive and reconcile and give the relationship a chance, and then you gave up. Like, I don't know at what point, at what time this month or next month, if you could read this as 1, 2, 3 weeks. You can read this as 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. You can read this as this past, present, future. You know, but yeah, it seems like in order to forgive, you might have to do what you don't want to do, which is separate from your mate. And worth waiting for, romantic feelings worth waiting for in separation. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So it's like you still have you have really romantic feelings. You have true love, but you have issues. Everybody has issues, and it's okay. Trust your worth and your communication. I know Chiron and Gemini may have blockages in their throat chakra, which will cause distortions in how you communicate and also what you perceive people are saying to you. And then the issue with that is that I would say, before you jump to conclusions, ask questions. But, in those cases, you wouldn't even know what to ask, what you're looking for. All you can do is go off the clues and signals of someone else. And the clues and the signals of other people maybe have been that everybody's mad at you all the time for not speaking. You may keep things to yourself that you need to share. You may share things that you need to keep to yourself, and it could just be like just a cluster fuck and the mind fuck and the mind games and power struggles. And maybe you see, maybe people in your life has welded their lack of communication or oversharing as a way of controlling. And so, all I can say, my dear, is that a silent meditation retreat would be great for you. Silence to clear out that throat chakra. Yes. Just to clear out all the toxins in the throat. Also, watch what you eat, watch what you say, and watch how you speak to people. You can only control yourself. And if you think someone's coming at you wrong, ask. Even no matter how mad you get, you may be at a 10 of rage, but the situation might only be a 1, or a 2 or a 3, and that's a testament to how chronic the issue is in your throat chakra. Okay, so we're going to look at how to integrate the feminine and masculine poles here. And I have the top, we have a positive transition. In the first card, which this is the feminine row, this is the integration row, and this is the masculine row. And this reading again is for Chiron in the 3rd house, or Chiron and Gemini. So we have the 5 of air, which is fear, for the feminine energy. Take a look at that card. So the interesting part to me is that we have a blackbird or crow, or I don't know what other type of blackbirds there are. It has a perspective. It has perspective. It can see. It can see from an aerial point of view what's going on. So I'm like, what's the deal then? If you can see what's going on, if you have perspective, then you shouldn't be afraid, right? And so I also think about how that blackbird is like a transformational thing. And then I see the King of Wands, and for the masculine energy. And so we have the King of Wands in the masculine energy, and the 5 of air when it comes to the feminine energy. And I'm like, why would the feminine energy be afraid? I'm like, oh, this is a new way of being. The masculine energy is revved up and ready to show who it is, what it's got to offer the world, its spiritual side, maybe like a high priest, high priestess type of energy, a spiritual healer, a spiritual leader. And the feminine energy is freaking out. The feminine energy is freaking out. And what was above that card was make the effort. Make the effort, feminine energy, to give the King of Wands a chance to show you the plan, so that you can have an overview of what it is that you're going to be doing. If you are fearful of your plan, and feminine This is your plan too. This is not just for him. It's this split inside of yourself. Like, well, I can't do that. What if this? What if that? What if this? What if that? You know, what if I have to work? I can't possibly go after my dreams right now. Like, and so maybe you're trying to do both out of fear. You're trying to hold on to your old way of life. Okay, what I'm going to do is put the romance cards underneath. That way I can reference them, because I think it's interesting. So yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, so the King of Wands is revved up and ready to, move on with life and be the leader that you are. And this is for the masculine and feminine energy. You and your twin flame are one and the same. So this reading is for both of you. There's no difference between the two. You may go about it in different ways, and there does need to be an integration of energies, whether you're a carrier of the masculine or feminine energy. And what's exhausting you, because the guy in the middle is the nine of, what is it? The nine of movement in the Osho Zen Tarot card. Exhaustion. He's just doing way too much. Doing too much because he's afraid of missing out on something, afraid that life or time is going to run out on him. And that's kind of what I've been dealing with too inside myself. I'm like, I have all these projects. I have these dreams from my childhood that I still want to get done, and I'm 36, and I just that pops up in my head, like, what have I been doing? I start criticizing myself and like wondering if I'm gonna ever get to do it. And I'm laughing because the answer comes to me before I even speak. And the answer inside is like, you've always been doing it, you know. And it's true. It's true. You guys may not have read the books I've written since I was a kid, or the whole world hasn't seen me perform my music and dance, or express certain things in myself. But a lot of people have, ever since I was a kid. And so for me, when you put it in perspective, there is no fear of maybe not, because the King of Wands can be kind of exhausting with his zeal and his 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 wants, needs, and desires to be the best, and maybe you're learning to forgive yourself and release and heal from past experiences where maybe you didn't do your best and you didn't live up to your highest self or expectations, and everything is in divine order. You are good. You're right on track. If you need time to slow down for you, then take the time. Take your time. I test that from time to time. Sometimes I get exhausted on doing my hair. Just thinking about doing my hair, I'm like, I don't have time to do my hair, and I don't want to spend $200 to get it done. And so it's like, oh, what? I don't have time. And it's just like, Asia, if you want more time, take the time. Take the time that you need. Take the time you need to relax. You'll find that if you have an intuition party with your King of Wands energy, and you take this energy and you contemplate on it, and you give yourself a chance to see if you can get any of those things done, you will see that, wow, I got 100 things done in one day. You know, it's true. Intuition, hashtag intuition party. It's time to start having another one and another one. I love intuition parties. They get me going on the right track because your intuition never steers you the wrong way. And so the next line we have competition and challenge. In the feminine, we have the son of air, and it just makes me feel like the feminine energy really is looking to get to it. Like the feminine energy is not playing any games with you guys. She's moving on past her fear, and now she's like, let's get to work. And what's right next to it is growth. She's like, let's grow this idea. Let's get to work. And like I said before, the King of Wands energy can be super overwhelming. And then, because what happens, it looks like in the masculine energy, is that you get burnt out. You get burnt out on your own idea and realize that, you know, maybe I need to actually do more work than I thought. True love. Maybe I might have to, you know, take a few steps back here and plan things out. I'm putting these cards back underneath. I like that idea. Okay. Alright, awesome. So, alright, so we have the Son of Fire, which is a really romantic card, a really romantic energy. Can you see it? It's a really romantic, fiery energy, charged energy. You see the lightning behind his head. You see the orange and yellow colors, and you see kind of like the clouds, and it's the shape of a bird. And you see him like he's holding his bow and arrow, and he's looking at like hieroglyphics of people on horse riding and maybe hunting. He's like gearing up to hunt for what he wants, go after what he wants. And so I feel like the feminine energy is like, well, you said that you gave me these ideas, and then the Knight of Cups is with this Son of Fire, and the Knight of Cups is super dreamy. He's dreamy. Okay, the King of Wands is like, let's go, boo, I got you, we can do this, I have these ideas, I've got this plan, let's get it, this is going to help the community, this is going to, because the King of Wands is about spirituality and being a spiritual leader, being helpful, but also being like super like driven. And the Knight of Cups is about dreaming. And so you're dreaming of a reconciliation. You're dreaming, the masculine energy is dreaming of a reconciliation within himself, with his beloved, you know, deeper engagement. And the feminine energy is like, okay, fine, I'm open to it, but do what you say you're going to do. You know, because underneath the Son of Fire is the Stay Optimistic card. And now this is the challenge here, to combine your dreams with kind of like the bring everything down to earth. But, you know, I don't see anything down to earth yet. Nothing's down to earth yet. Everything's like kind of in the beginning stages of being worked out. You're working it out. You're working out how to communicate with each other, because the integration card is receptivity. And so you're going into the matrix of energy, and you're trying to find the most nurturing way to mesh your dreams and the practicality, the challenges, the real life grit of how to make your dreams on earth come true. And first, how you do that is you forgive and you learn. Like you forgive and you learn and you give yourself a chance. Hi, Tidy. Hi. I know you want to walk. I'll take you for a walk in a second, okay? Now get off of my yoga mat, because you don't wipe your butt. Get off my yoga mat. I need to roll it up. Okay, come over here. Come over here. Sit down right here. Sit. Sit, Tidy. Okay. All right. Yes. So, like, you're learning how to engage one another, your masculine and feminine poles in a way that keep you engaged in the process, so that the fire doesn't go out. And also, the exhaustion is limited. Being fearful along with trying to go after your dreams, that can exhaust you. He's impatient with me. Yeah. And so you're moving from exhaustion to receptivity here, which is a good thing. And receptivity is allowing the energies to flow and allowing some rest, some balance, some yin and some yang. But allowing the power of the primitive mother goddess to really come in and be the center of how you make your dreams a reality. Learning when to make a move and learning when to rest. And so, like, at this stage, though, at the dreaming stage, and along with the determination, is telling you to be engaged and receptive. Receptivity. Be receptive to how to get it done. You may not know how you can make your dreams come true, but it's possible. Be in contemplation. Contemplation is amazing. Contemplation is an art within itself. Learning how to use your power of contemplation can help you heal things to completion. It will help you get to the completion that you're looking for. So the next row, we have achievement and success. We moved from positive transition, competition and challenge, to achievement and success. Okay, so under achievement and success is the 3 of earth, which is growth. So you see, you put some effort into it, you learn how to be receptive, you engage your dreams, the dreams of the masculine energy, to put out into the world who you really are. And you planted those seeds, and you're experiencing a growth spurt. And you're proving to yourself that you are lovable. Like, there's nothing that feels better than trying something out, putting the effort into it, and it actually working out. Because then you feel like I was excitement. You're like, I was right. I am this person. What spirit has been telling me has been right all along. I can trust myself, and it puts you in a good way of being. Now, when you experience this spiritual growth, something is happening. Something is happening to your masculine energy. It seems like some criticism. Because the 6 of Swords is reversed. It's like there's some type of blockage of energy when it comes to moving on to even more growth. So something gets in the way, and what's getting in the way is guilt. Maybe you feel guilty for growing. And I've been experiencing that. I know I'm talking about myself a lot, but I feel like it's appropriate for the situation. I have been experiencing that, like me going after my dreams and doing the things I want to do is, and to the level that I've gotten to, or it's not like a big worldly success thing, but it's an inner success where I love myself and I appreciate myself and I live it, and I'm kind and I'm gentle. My family is violent and immature and doesn't know how to communicate. You know, everybody's learning. We're all learning. But, I take it upon myself to engage in a way that is really a breakaway from the tradition. And so, and that leaves me lonely a lot in my life, but a lot of times I feel guilty. I may struggle with feeling guilt for my inner growth and success, and then it might cause me to maybe feel like I'm doing something wrong, and that because like I'm so lonely. Is this lonely for connection with my family, biological family? It's like I'm so lonely. Is this really the right direction I'm going in? I'm feeling this guilt, and this guilt has to do with wanting to be perfect, kind of being dogmatic about what you say that you want, and not being able to really let go of your plan. Sometimes we have a picture of how we want things to turn out, and it may not turn out that way. And okay, fine, it may not. It never turns out that way, and that's for better or for just different. Um, I never thought I never saw this like what I'm doing right now. When I was growing up, I mean, I didn't know what to call what I was into because I kept it a secret. I just did because we went to church, and at church they say, this is the devil. And some of my friends that I still have from church, um, and we still talk from time to time, they be like, Asia, I can't get with it, but can you give me a reading? You know what I'm saying? So, so it's just kind of like the dogmatic belief system, um, to be a saint or be a sinner, blah blah blah. I need to be all the way good. I'm completely bad. This is not healthy. This is not what I want. This is not exactly how I want. I'm getting in the way. You know, it doesn't help. It holds you back from true love. So, give your relationship with yourself, with your partner, with your project, with your spirituality a chance. You may not have all the answers of how to grow this puppy all the way to fruition completion, but if you're receptive and you just keep healing, these are issues that seem to pop up, that sprout up because you're going through this process. I've seen that when you go after your dreams, it transforms you. And that's what the feminine energy was afraid of at the beginning with this fear card. Because feminine knows, you know, you're going into the unknown here. You're going into darkness. And when you go into the dark, it brings stuff out. It brings things that you need to heal. In order for you to have true love and guilt cannot exist in the same place. You have to not be guilty about what you want, the way you want to grow, and what direction you really want to go in. Six of Swords. No, don't feel guilty about what you really want, Mama, Papa. It's okay. You can have it. You may not have been able to have it around other people, certain people, or maybe you feel like at this point maybe the feminine energy is taking control. Well, she's really helping it grow. She's helping it grow. She's a master nurturer, nourishment, pruner. She can get it there. You sold her a dream, and now she's going to pursue. Okay? You sold her a dream, and now she's going to at least help it get to this point. She can't do it all by herself now, but she knows she's deserving of love. And she's pouring down that message into you. So you guys go back and forth in the conversation here with the encouragement, feeling maybe discouraged, and allow the other person, the part of your energy, to encourage you. And that's true in life. Like, some parts of us may be doing well, like you may be really doing good with your yoga practicing, and you may be really good at exercising at one point, but maybe your diet is suffering, or you may be really good in your personal relationship with yourself, your diet, exercising, meditation's good, but you're struggling in your relationships. That's when you use the strength of how you've been taking care of yourself to help you have the strength to persevere in other areas. So the next card we have is Cool, Calm, and Collected. Ooh. So, alright, you didn't achieve something, and now you can relax. That's what you're saying, okay? I feel you. So here we have da 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 da. Then in the feminine realm, we have the Lovers piece. We have the Lovers. Underneath the Lovers card is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. It's like, whoa, what is going on? You know what? The feminine energy has taken the advice of the King of Wands, because the King of Wands is a master consultant, honey. He can consult you to the win, and he has. From what the King of Wands has told her, she's taken that advice, and now she is manifesting the bond between her own masculine and feminine poles. What? What? Huh? How? I thought we were supposed to do this together. Well, sometimes you have to go at it alone. Sometimes you have to leave your mate and find it on your own, so that they can see the example of how to do it. Maybe the masculine energy is too much dreaming, not enough implementation, down to earth. The feminine energy looks like she got down to earth. A little bit of fear, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to have perspective with it. Like, okay, why am I afraid? How does this relate to my past? How can I not repeat the same things in my past anymore? Okay, there's no need to be afraid. And I've been sitting with myself and doing that lately. It's like, okay, why am I really afraid? I don't really have a reason to be afraid if I think about it like this. And the way that she's been handling it is that, I'm afraid, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try, and I'm going to plant the seed. I'm going to water the seed. I'm going to do what I need to do in order to make this happen. And how the masculine energy looks like he's been handling it, handling it is that he's been, talking a big talk. And then when it came time for him to make a move, cold feet, cold feet. Cold feet to the point to where he's like legit like walking in the cold. And underneath this card is separation. Apparently there's some work, because what card's crossing this is the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is about working meticulously. Okay, so the masculine energy needs to pick himself up by his snow boot and, put in the physical work to actually make his dreams come true. And the integration card is an interesting one. I'm going to read the oracle for both of these because it's interesting. Interessante, okay? Like, I pulled this card last night when I was doing the full moon Scorpio reading, which I think you could probably watch at any time. But yes, this burden card is a trip. Yeah, this burden card is a trip. So I'm gonna read the lovers first because it's such a beautiful message. For the lovers, we have this pink quartz here. Yay, you did it, feminine. Surrender, love in all its aspects. This is the essence of this card. Love in all its aspects on all levels, platonic as well as erotic. And erotic doesn't necessarily mean pumping something in your vagina in and out or wherever you stick it or not. Lick it. Whatever you do. It means having an intimate and close relationship with your senses and really paying close attention to the care of what someone really needs and wants, but more so like look at the way they are looking at look at the way my partner loves trees and what type of scents makes my partner rise up in the morning. That's erotic. Anyway, that's another lesson. Deep merging, dissolving, homecoming, soulmate, bosom buddy. The inner message is to be able to surrender completely, you must be at the height of your strength. Most people think only the weak surrender, but the opposite is true. You have to have the fortitude to let everything go and fall into love itself. Without expectations, without knowing whether the beloved will respond in kind or not. This can only happen when a vast and all-encompassing faith in love as such. Love is life's most important gift. Don't let it a trophy. Even though it hurts too much sometimes, the fire of love is the eye of the needle through which every human being must pass sooner or later. Whoever misses the opportunity remains unfulfilled. Decide to stay faithful to the love within you. This is the outward manifestation. This power does not always flow toward a specific other being. There are many kinds of love. Don't restrict yourself. Just allow your love and life force to flow. This is a good time to become aware of a potential partner nearby. Learn to discern between the energies and desires you project and those you receive in return. Spiritual, emotional love and harmony can express itself sexually, but does not need to for its own fulfillment. Our sexuality is a marvelous gift from nature, not just to preserve the species, but also as a way to experience an intimate surrendering and melting into divine power. The thing that stuck out to me the most from this was I forgot. Oh, about fulfillment. Yeah, 'cause this is what I see from the feminine energy is that even though you were afraid, you stepped out on faith. You stepped out on faith because of your dreams. The dreams of your masculine energy inside of you. And maybe it was a dream that, people be like, women can't do that. Women aren't supposed to be out in the world like this. You're supposed to be cute and mute. But there's an energy and passion inside of you that isn't just sitting still and being obedient to what society wants you to be. It's an ancient, primitive energy. And I'm proud of you for allowing that energy to manifest itself. It's not easy. It's not easy to go against the grain. And this is for, the divine masculine as well, because carrying that Krishna energy, it has not been easy this lifetime. But you are a first. You are a, what do you call it? The innovator, and that's not the word I was looking for either, but it's close enough, of showing an example of how a man can embody the feminine energy. And it's not necessarily what people call homosexual or gay, because I don't like those words. I feel like both of those words are derogatory towards gateways, because people who are gateways are carriers of the divine and masculine and the divine feminine, and they hold a very special place in my heart and society. Okay, they're another form of high priest and high priestess. So now we're going to read this buddy right here, the Six of Clouds. Burden. Okay, when we carry a load of shoulds and shouldn'ts imposed on us by others, we become like this ragged, struggling figure trying to make his way uphill. Go faster, try harder, reach the top, shouts the foolish tyrant he carries on his shoulder, while the tyrant himself is crowned with an imperious rooster. If life these days feels like just a struggle from the cradle to the grave, it could be time to shrug your shoulders and see what it feels like to walk without these characters on your back. You have your own mountains to conquer, your own dreams to fulfill, but you will never have the energy to pursue them until you release yourself from all the expectations you've gathered from others, but now think are your own. Chances are they exist only in your own mind, but that doesn't mean they can't weigh you down. It's time to lighten up and send them on their way. And another way I thought about reading these cards is that, the feminine energy has integrated her feminine and masculine poles, but she may be afraid to show it. She may be putting a halt on the actual change, the physical manifestation, the journey, the work. Maybe you don't want to show the world who you really are yet. So you keep yourself in separation. You keep yourself in waiting, and maybe you're waiting for other people to acknowledge you or to give you permission. But that's never going to happen. So you have to give yourself the permission, and you have to let the chips fall where they lie. I say get on with pursuing your dream so that you can stop acting insane. Like, you're not that, like, stop the insanity of believing that you'll never be happy, because it's not true. The quicker you can just get over things, like, well, people are holding me back. They don't have to. So how can you go about, like, just getting rid of that energy? Just do it. and and you have that attitude. Your feminine energy is moving along, but you need to, like these cards are saying, integrate with the masculine energy to actually move forward. Move forward. Give yourself a chance. Give your relationships a chance. Give your dreams a chance. Find you may need to take some time apart, away from people who have been a burden to you. And can you see these last cards? Away from people that may be a burden to you, so that you can experience. You need to experience the power of this fulfillment. You need to really embody this for your own life's sake, so that you can actually be happy with yourself. That's the main goal. It's like for you to feel fulfilled every day of your life, because that's what you want. Fulfillment is not the same thing as like happy, sad, mad, glad. Like emotions are energy in motion. So some energies may come through you that may not have anything to do with you, but you can always fulfill yourself. You don't have to wait no longer. You can just give in to your dreams. And that's all I have for you. I feel great about this reading. I feel fulfilled by sharing it with you. And you know what? I will talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh, I have a Patreon and a website, and I do readings. I always forget to advertise myself. Yeah. Anyway, talk to you soon. Bye.